Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Let's start with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lairima Shaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Master Paramhansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. We ask thy blessings on this class today. May we deepen our sadhana, and may we contact thee. We are thine. Reveal thyself. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll have a song, and then afterwards, a talk by Swami Kriyanandaji. Then we'll continue onward on this topic, deepening sadhana. Welcome again, everybody.
Long I've called you, my Lord, long I've called you. Many years I have longed for your sight. Bathe the darkness with tears of devotion. Offered candles in prayer to your light. How much longer, friend, must I cry your name? I am yours, ever yours. Will you come? Long I've called you, my Lord, long I've called you. Many years I have longed for your sight. Bathe the darkness with tears of devotion. Offered candles in prayer to your light. How much longer, friend, must I cry your name? I am yours, ever yours. Will you come?
Today I want to talk a little bit about meditation, and I have three sayings of my gurus that just a part of conversations he talked a lot about meditation, but these were three little snippets, you might say, that I wrote down. And meditation, many people say, well, what do you do in meditation? Well, the point is you get yourself out of the way so the higher being, the higher consciousness can act through you, can infuse you with itself. So what you need to do in meditation is not think, but not think. That is to say, you're not supposed to blank your mind out, but to be so one-pointed that you're totally absorbed. It's sort of like watching a beautiful sunset. Somebody who is restless will think of the sunset, and if he's a painter, you may think, well, I think I could do that well. Now, let's see, the blues should be balanced with the yellows and so on. Somebody who's hungry might look at the sunset and think, oh, I'm so hungry, and that yellow reminds me of a scrambled egg or something. The true absorption in the beauty of a sunset requires that you suspend thought. And it doesn't mean that you're not conscious. You're totally and wholly absorbed in that simple sense of beauty. And so also with meditation, you should be completely absorbed, but by no means unconscious. In fact, you become much more conscious. In deep concentration, there comes a point where the mind becomes still, but it is so aware that thoughts become trivial and unnecessary and, to put a fine nib on it, impossible. You can't think because your mind is so held in that state. Now, that's a part of what meditation is. Meditation is receiving a higher thing. You cannot create that higher consciousness. You have to become open to it. Now, a wonderful thing about that higher consciousness is that you can open yourself to it even in work. That doesn't mean that you are necessarily superconscious completely, but you are more aware if you have that higher consciousness, if you lift yourself up to that higher consciousness. For instance, if you're writing music, which is something I have done a great deal, I have found that when I lift my eyes, my gaze, my concentration to the point between the eyebrows and have a clear concept of what it is I want, then all of a sudden this comes to me, and it doesn't come when my mind is fidgeting. It comes when I'm completely receptive. Let me read you these 3 passages from Conversations with Yogananda. They're all short, and they're all tied together in one way or another. I was having difficulty receiving the results in meditation that I wanted. One evening I found the master alone and said to him, "Sir, I keep trying and trying, but I'm not going deep. Am I not trying hard enough?" The master shook his head. "You are trying too hard," he said. "You are using too much willpower. It becomes nervous. Just be natural. As long as you try hard to meditate, you will not succeed. Just as if you try hard to fall asleep, you won't be able to do it. The willpower should be applied gradually, otherwise it can be detrimental. That is why it is good in the beginning to emphasize relaxation."
Good morning again, friends. I'd like to start with a couple of brief readings from Lessons in Meditation. Meditation is a state of intense awareness achieved by stilling and concentrating the thoughts. It is a journey to the center of our own being, a process so perfectly natural that we don't have to learn how to meditate. Meditation opens the floodgates of inner peace and automatically bestows a natural sense of relaxation to the body and mind. If we meditate regularly, that peace will become second nature to us. In advanced stages of meditation, the body can become so relaxed that it almost seems to float. Sadhana is really the basis of our whole life. It gives us peace, it gives us joy, it centers us, it uplifts us, it protects us, and also it gives us wisdom, intuition, attunement to higher realities, and it answers the questions about life. Who are we? Why are we here? What are we doing? Where are we going? And how? What is the purpose of our whole being? Without that, how do we know what's even happening with our lives? Without that, there's no connection with God, with certainly not with the great masters. There's no connection with higher realities. There's no connection with our soul. We don't know who and what we really are. And also, if we don't do that, we don't meditate, we don't have any protection. We don't have any force, power of God flowing through us. We're not linked or connected to the highest source of what there is. So all the stresses of life, all the worries of life, all the fears of life, all the difficulties, they just mount on top of us. And people don't know why they're having so many problems. Well, you have to stay in attunement with who and what you really are, which is the soul, which is the spark of God, a wave of the ocean of cosmic consciousness. And Master said, if you meditate, the restlessness, the nervousness, all the fears, the doubts, the worries, they start to go away. Every day, we need to connect with that source so that we're not in the consciousness of the disease, so to speak, as Swamiji told someone, don't go into the consciousness of worldly matter, of materialism, of wrong health, bad health, of financial problems, of relationship problems. Don't go there. Go into the center of who and what you really are. Center yourself in God. This is what meditation gives us. I was thinking about the LA fires. Well, I grew up in LA. I know those places. I went to those places. What happens when your house is completely burned down? A whole community burnt down, miles and miles. People lost everything. So many acres burned. People didn't have anything to go back to. What do you do? Ananda village was burnt to the ground. Master's Encinitas temple fell into the ocean. There's so many difficulties. This is not our world. Divine Mother's testing us day in and day out and saying, do you want me or do you want these things? Everything's one by one has to be taken away. The only thing that will remain, not even the body is going to remain. What will remain is our connection with God. And so we can't expect this life to give us what we want. I was remembering a wonderful example of this where Nayaswami Jaya was asked at a talk. We both were asked. I'm glad he answered. They said that someone asked, well, what are your powers? What are your siddhis? He gave the most beautiful answer. He said, to be able to be happy at will. How many people do you know? People are like babies. They're crying all the time. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. I don't have any money. I don't have any of this. And what does that mean? To be happy at will, to be joyful at will, to be at peace at will, to be inspired at will, to be uplifted at will, to be powerful at will, to have energy at will, to have magnetism at will. These are the real powers that you get from meditation. It's not walking on the water, holding your arm up for 15 years. These are the real siddhis. To go within and be. Master said you'll be able to be standing strong amidst the crash of breaking worlds. Anything can happen. You'll be strong in yourself. This is why we meditate every day. And he told Dr. Lewis, in Om, nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch your soul. So how do we deepen our sadhana? There's definitely a need. Or how do we correct our sadhana? Or how do we make our sadhana more enjoyable? Well, there's several things to think about. One is it's never really the same. People become rote. This is what I always do. This is what I ever do. I do 10 minutes of this, 10 minutes of that, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and then 10 minutes of that. This isn't a sadhana. Sadhana has to be interesting. It has to be creative. Surely you have a framework, but within that framework, you have to feel what's trying to happen. What do I need? Do I need more energy? Do I need more discipline to get up earlier? Do I need more energy in the spine? Do I need to focus here more? Do I need to tune in to Om more? Do I need to have more prayerful, devotional energy? What do I need now? And think about it. What is trying to happen in your sadhana? What is Divine Mother trying to give you? The one first important thing is create a spiritual life. And you might think, I have a spiritual life, but do you really have a spiritual life? Is your heart just for God alone? Is your life for God alone? Everything else, Swamiji said, are fillers. Think about if everything was taken away, what would you have? All the things you hold so important to you. I have to have this to be happy. I have to have that to be happy. I have to have this. Well, you don't have to have it, and you won't have it. And so, first thing is create in yourself a temple of peace that no matter what, meaning that put on your altar, put in your mind, put in your heart, I'm here to know God. I'm here to love God. I'm here to serve God. Everything else I will do as needed, but I'm really here for you. Divine Mother, Master, will I ever see you? Divine Mother, will I see your face? I mean, this has to be the devotion. It has to be, I've created a life, a spiritual life. If you don't have that, sadness just, oh, I have to do it. They told me to do it. I have to get Kriya, so I have to do this. I have to get the higher Kriya, so I have to do this, or they told me I'm gonna find God, so I have to do this. Well, this isn't the way you do sadhana. It has to be like within yourself is an outpouring. I want to know you. This is why I'm sitting here. This is why I meditate. And so the first thing is have an inward connection, an inward desire, a longing that this is why I'm doing this. You have to create, nobody can give it to you. Guru can't give it to you. God can't give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. And usually people get that from pain. Something has happened in their life. Then they turn to God. Help me now. Well, you don't have to wait for the pain. You can develop it now. So first thing, create a deep spiritual life inside yourself. That you're calling on God, you're loving God, you know your whole life is God. If you were stripped down to nothing, you would still have that deep desire in yourself. Secondly, in your sadhana space, make it beautiful. Put the flowers, put the candles, the murtis. I have 3 murtis in my temple, and all the pictures of the gurus, and it's so wonderful. Just make it the most special place in your house. You walk by there and you have to go in there. You want to go in there. You love going in there. Keep it alive. And I have people come into the temple of my house and I say, God, what a deep vibration. You go into the temple, and I go to all the centers. Oh, going to the temple is so deep. Such a wonderful vibration. Get it set properly, the proper seating, the proper Om board. Some people don't even have an Om board. How are you doing the Om technique is what I'm wondering about. Have the proper asan, have the music, the whatever, your iPhone or your speaker, whatever. Have it all ready. Don't go in there not ready to meditate. The next thing is your bhakti needs to be strong. You need to be calling on God, not sitting there thinking about the breakfast. Calling on God, where are you, Master? Layuri Mahashai said, I'm with all those who practice Kriya Yoga. With Babaji, Layuri said, anybody who calls to Babaji gets an instantaneous blessing. Master, to those who think me near, I will be near. Swamiji told us, and I heard on a talk recently, he said, meditate on Master's eyes. Just look into his eyes and feel infinity. Feel his blessing coming on you. He said he would meditate with Master. His spiritual eye would open. Swamiji felt he was going through the spiritual eye, and that all his problems and worries were dissolved. And so he said meditate with Master like he's sitting next to you, or he's in diminutive form sitting on your head. But meditate with the gurus. Don't meditate alone. And open your heart to receive. Otherwise, why are we doing techniques? Sit long afterwards, just feeling the blessings, feeling the bliss, feeling the grace, feeling the love of the guru in your heart. Just feel it. I think Master's there just holding these out and saying, take what you need. I have love. Take the love, take the bliss, take the inner consciousness, take the uplifted consciousness. I think he's waiting for us to take those. The next is the chanting. Some people never chant. How do you make it? Chanting's half the battle. Half. That's big. Half. Singing. Sing with the recordings. Sing with the harmonium. Get a keyboard. Sing with whatever, but sing. Come to the kirtans. Half the battle is big. Now, what does that mean? It's opening your devotion, opening the heart. And then once that power of the heart, once you open the heart, you can, boom, lift that up and open the spiritual eye. But chanting, get a harmonium, learn how to play. Also, metaphysical meditations is very beautiful to lead you into meditation, but bring chanting in to deepen your sadhana. If you can play one chant, even, I know people couldn't sing one note. Now they're singing, they're chanting. We have harmonium lessons. It's not an excuse. Sing along with the chants if you can't get an instrument. The next is something very interesting, creativity. Instead of just being the same thing over and over, creativity. Master, I read a very beautiful book, part of a book yesterday about Master's disciples. It's called Thank You, Master. And this part was about Peggy Dietz, and she said something really interesting that I know that it's deep in my sadhana immensely by being more creative, by playing a musical instrument that I'd never played before. Learning Hindi was a big help, but learning the music was hugely beneficial and deepening my heart and sadhana in sadhana. And she said the master told her to paint. Wow, paint, artistically. And some of the disciples, she said, were kind of saying, now, why is she painting? She should be doing this other work. But Master told her, you need to paint. Jyotish Ji paints as a hobby. Devi Ji said she likes the cooking. And they recommended to me, you need something you enjoy doing. Now, what does that do? It relaxes you, it opens you, it makes you more joyful. And the last thing is, it deepens your sadhana because you're not so tense and stressed out. Find something creative that you enjoy doing. The next is preparation. Of course, you need to energize. You can't throw it out the window. You need to do it. And deeply makes your sadhana better. Same with Mahamudra, the Kriya preparation techniques, Hangsa on the spine, chanting Om at the chakras, tensing and relaxing at the chakras, Navi Kriya. These are all like tools in your toolkit. Pull them out as you need them. I would say pull them out every day, pull something out so that you have a strength in your sadhana. It's not sort of a sleepy sadhana. Also, they make you more relaxed. If you're mentally, physically tense, you can't meditate deeply. You won't have a deep sadhana. Finally, the techniques. Almost finally, the techniques. You have to be able to feel, okay, today I need more Hong Sa because I'm more unfocused. Today I need more Om because I need to go inside more and more outward. Today I need more Kriyas. Today I need less Kriyas. Today I want to sit longer. You understand? It has to be, what do I need today? Sometimes you need fewer Kriyas, sometimes you need more Kriyas. And just feel what's the thing that I need. Have a base that you don't go under with Kriyas. Swamiji said his was 36. Don't have it be 3 or whatever, but have it be a significant number that no matter what, you're doing twice a day the sadhana and you're doing a certain number at least. And then once a week, do a longer meditation where you sit, do more of all the techniques and sit longer. Finally, meditate with others who have meditated longer than you. I was happy to see so many at the 8-hour meditation in Gurgaon. You need to challenge yourself. You can't always meditate an hour, half hour, 45 minutes. Get to the long meditations at the centers. Come to the Kriya reviews. Get checked. Come to any meditation deepening sessions at the centers. Come to long meditations once a week if you can. I remember a time when I was new on the path. I didn't even think I had Kriya. Maybe I just don't remember, but I would sit 3 hours, just deeper and deeper. Every week there was a 3-hour meditation. I went to that 3-hour meditation every week for years, and I made great breakthroughs. You have to challenge yourself. And then every Saturday morning, I'd meditate 6 hours. I couldn't meditate 6 hours, but I would do yoga. It would be long sadhana, time by myself, long meditation, long postures session, energization, study, Raja Yoga, go back into meditation, chant. I mean, really, to get going, you got to get going on your own. Nobody can do it for you. And finally, the finally is be more by yourself. Now, I know this is hard for people, but you can't get away from it. Even if you're in a crowd, try to pull back more. Don't feel like you need to be with people all the time. Don't feel like you need to talk all the time. Don't feel like you need to be outward all the time. Even when you're with people, just keep your center. Seclusion is the price of greatness. I'm in a place now where I'm having a retreat and I'm just completely pulled back. I'm not seeing people, I'm not talking to people. I just am recharging my spiritual batteries. I'm rejuvenating myself and deepening my sadhana. And I know, like Jyotish and Daviji, they just came out of a long seclusion. Everybody I know who's in Ananda village, they take a seclusion at least once a year, 1 week. If you can't do that, take a day, take a half a day, and then when you're at work or wherever, just don't be so involved in everything, giggling and going around with people and outward. It's not what we need to do. I mean, of course, I mean, I love that too, but then just feel like you came into this world God alone. You basically go through life. You have friends and family, but inside yourself, it's you and God. And when you leave this world, you're by yourself. So get the acquaintance of God now. And as you do that, you'll find that if you just pull back kind of all the time, then the sadhana's all gonna be deeper because you're not so outward. Just tell yourself, and this year I'm not going to be as outward. Enjoy, Master said, when you're with your friends, enjoy them 100%. When you're with God, enjoy God 100%. I think we have to have that second part of the equation to deepen that contact with God. And then the sadhana will deepen automatically. God bless you all. I'll ask Natendra to join me now on the screen.
Thank you so much, Dhyanaji. Just have a couple of questions. First one, Dhyanaji, is with energization exercises or yoga, I can see how others are doing and how and where I need to improve. But how can I know about the gaps and improvements when it comes to meditation? Because I cannot see others' meditation and they cannot see mine. And who can I ask or check with, or do I even need to?
I would say you do need to check with your acharya. I always got checked. I always asked questions, went to long meditation, went to reviews. I don't think you can get there on your own. You can't. I mean, unless you're already a great soul in samadhi, which we wouldn't really be here on this screen. And so I think Master's given us guru bhais and teachers so that we can help each other and we can learn. And so definitely take the help of others. How do you know if you're going deep, if your sadhana's deep? Are you restless? Are you nervous? Are you outward? Are you worrisome? Are you fearsome? Do you have a lot of bad habits still? Uh, what are your attitudes like? These are all things that are reflecting who you are inside. What your life is outside is who you are inside. It's interesting, but it's the truth. Do you have joy in your heart? Are you non-attached more than you were before? Are you more compassionate to others? Uh, are you open? Are you willing to listen to others? Most people are closed. That's a closed door there. You can't even get a crack. Are you humble? I've seen people. I was walking down the street in one of these shopping areas by where I live one day, and I just thought, God, I just don't want to be like that. I just was looking at the people going by, and I just said, I just don't want to be like that. It's there's so much ego. Look at me. Look where my kids go to school, my car. Why does it matter? Really? And I was just praying to Master, don't make me like them. You don't want to judge other people, but you see people and you go, oh my God, look at, I mean, they're so attached. So we're blessed. I just thank God every day I have mastered the techniques, the teachings, Guru by the center, Seva. I just like, I mean, we don't know how blessed we are. That could be you, and just look at your old pictures. It's scary. Let's face it. You didn't look so good. And look at your pictures now. I mean, I look at the pictures because I see I'm on the Gurgaon group. I see the beautiful faces, the joy, people are so joyful. You don't find that every day. Just look out the window. I'm telling you, it's not an easy life. And if you don't meditate, you're not going to have an easy life. I mean, Master brought you for a specific reason to the path, and you can deny it, run away from it, hide from it, hope he doesn't see you what you're doing with. He knows. And that one man left, Master said he left, that man left and went to do something else. He left the path and he came back and he was just a terrible, I mean, he's just doing terribly. And he was crying and crying. Master said he felt so bad for him. He was crying. He said, "Why did you leave? I told you not to go." And that other person, whose Master said if they had stayed one more day, 24 more hours, they would have been saved from that karma forever. Honestly, we don't know what a great life we have. And so keep it in mind. Don't take it for granted. I mean, there were people with Master who came and went, came and went. Swamiji said it was like a hotel. People came, they stayed a while, they left. And my closest friends are those I meditate with, I do sadhana with, and who have stuck on the path. You want to be one of those people who's not just, yeah, I got a path, I got, then they're gone within 6 months. So I say, stick with it, and you'll find you got gold in your hands. And then you have another question, Natindra?
Just one more, Dhyanaji.
Take.
So, how can I balance between the effort that I myself should put versus the grace that I should wait to receive?
Hello. I mean, I just wouldn't worry about the grace. You need to do more. If you sit back, how much grace is the grace? Okay, what do I need to do? What's the equation? It's like, hello. Do your part, open the door, and the grace comes. You keep close, then the grace is there, but it's not going to come. So you do your part and say, Divine Mother, I'm open, I'm willing, I want you, I'm desirous of you, I don't want anything else. Come to me. Then the grace comes. And and so it's not A, B, and C. It's like door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. And in purification ceremony, the master says, open your heart to me and I will enter. He said it, open, then I will enter and take charge of your life. But if the openness isn't there, I don't care what you do. The grace is like there's air. If you don't open the door, you won't get the fresh air. So just do your part, do more than your part, and then you'll find that you're just flooded with joy. Your life becomes a completely changed life. It becomes a life you should be living. But you have to make that choice. The thing is, nobody can meditate for you, isn't it? Nobody can love God for you, and nobody can find God for you. God bless you all. Thank you, Natendra. Bye bye.